Hello Internet, I am the Hero of Julios, once again with another One Piece card game unboxing video. We have reached the 13th set of the One Piece card game, Carrying On His Will. It's a very Three Brothers themed starter deck-ish kind of thing. If you remember the Three Brothers starter deck from a while back, it doesn't really support any of those starter decks, if I'm being honest. We have three new leaders. We have Ace, Luffy, and Sabo all getting leader cards. Not to mention Eam is getting a leader card, which is, to me, still the funniest thing. It's just a silhouette, and I remember when the cards were being first revealed, I was telling my friends, I was like, what are they going to do? Give Eam a more zoomed in silhouette? And then they showed the Eam alt-art leader, and I was like, oh, I was joking, but okay, let's do it. We also got Roger getting a leader, and then, as usual, we get a curveball even on these anniversary sets. Bonnie got a leader as well. There's mostly just a good potluck of good yellow cards, but without further ado, I would also like to announce that I have these third anniversary packs. You get one bonus pack for every booster box you buy. Unfortunately, due to allocations where I'm at, these were the only boxes I could get, so aside from the packs I opened at a pre-release, these will be my first boxes for the channel, my first packs for my collection, period, really. So, without further ado, let's get these opened up. We'll start with these packs. They're just 3 event cards and 3 character cards depicting the brothers, but their artwork is changed to be all red, representing the burning fiery passion of the 3 brothers, Luffy's Red Hawk and Sabo and Ace both being the consumers of the Flame Fruit. We'll start off with, got this nice one of the If I Bowed Down to Power, What's the Point of Living? It's a new event from set 13. We have the big 10-drop Rushing Luffy that KOs 8,000 power or lower things if your opponent activates blocker. That was from starter deck 10. And another OP13 event, we got I Know You're Strong, so I'll go all out from the very start. Of course, I do think it's funny that a lot of the cards in this card game are mouthfuls, especially the event cards. Let's not forget Dead Man's Game, and whatever that crazy amount of wording was from that one starter deck card. I don't even remember it at this point. We have the Blocker Ace, 5,000, the 5 cost with 6,000 power. That's a cool one. We have the Ace here, Said You Deserved It. And finally, we have a Sabo. This is the Dressrosa Sabo from set 10. The only one we didn't get, there's actually not 6, there's 7 red cards you can get. One is Luffy. I believe it's a vanilla from set, oh man, I want to say set 10. I want to say it's from. But there's also a serial-ish Luffy. I don't think it's actually a serialized number, but it's a very, very rare one. So, if you get your hands on that and you pull a card out that isn't red, do not adjust your TV, because that is actually a very good thing that happened to you. As always, I like to start off with the packs from the bottom of the box, because I always believe in that last pack magic, but I like to start it off early with bottom pack magic. So, we're starting off pretty strong. We got this cute little card of York. That's kind of nice. Got Napoleon over here. We got Sunny-kun, Frankie. It's a lot of green cards focusing on kind of just green potluck, but mostly film cards, weirdly enough. Maybe we'll get a Uta leader in the future, because Uta's about to rotate out, or no, she'll rotate out next set, but still. Oh, and our rares were Scopper Gaban, the If I Bow Down to Power, and we got the Alt-Art Dawn. We're starting off right off the gun with one of them. All right, so this is the scene where Roger is reading through just Odin's translation of Joy Boy's message, and they're learning about Laugh Tale, and he flat out says he wishes he could have met, he wished he could have met Joy Boy. He is one of the inheritors of Joy Boy's will, although Luffy will be the one who, I assume, fulfills Joy Boy's will. But at this point, who knows? It's a lot of crazy things going on in the manga as of the recording of this video. We didn't get any red or yellow cards in that pack. That's very interesting. Although we immediately fixed that by getting our old man Whoop Slap. We got our guy. So, and Gyogyo rounds us off. We now have a yellow card, so we have everything we need. We have one of every color, so looks like this is going to be a leader pack as well as the one we got previously, so that's all right. And our rares are Nefeltari Vivi, and Ace here said you deserved it. Personally, I'm hoping for the Ace Alt Art Leader, because that is the deck I'm hoping to build this set, though I will accept the Eam one, since that is also going to be a highly sought-after leader. As a collector, I obviously want everything in the end, but you want to focus on the cards you know are going to be expensive. Our rares are Scopper Gaban and Saint Shepherd Jupiter. But you want to focus on getting your rare, I say focus like you can control it. What you're hoping for is the cards that are going to cost a lot, because then you don't have to go back and get them the hard way, which is the expensive way. Although opening packs is expensive in itself. I guess I'm kind of just circling in on myself when I really think about it, but oh, I see something sparkly. So for our rares, we got Sanji. Oh, and we got a secret rare. We got Sabo. For the first time, we're getting 3 secret rares in a set, which is really going to throw off one of my binders, but this is one of those 3, based on the 3 brothers. 6 cost to play, 7,000 power. He is Dressrosa and Revolutionary Army. He is a blocker with the Activate main. Up to one of your characters gains +2 cost until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then, give up to 1 rested Dawn card to your leader. So you can do it immediately after playing him down. This works well with the Sabo leader that just, came out with this set, as well as a little bit of backwards compatibility for Koala, who needs 8 cost characters on board. So if you're like me and you just aren't drawing your Kumas, this is a great additional 6 cost to play on your 6 Dawn turn. That way you can gain the benefits of Koala's ability when the time comes. And the rares for this pack are Roanoa Zoro and Monkey D. Dragon. And our next rares are I Know You're Strong and St. Marcus Mars. So, I've already shown 2 of the 5 elders right now. There's obviously 5 of them to be obtained in this booster pack. There is a super rare, we'll get to that, but it summons all 5 of them to the board. And thanks to the Empty Throne card that Eam can play at the start of the game, it's very easy, and I mean very easy, for Eam to fill his board. It's a battle of attrition against him where he will definitely win if you let him go on too long. Our rares are Monkey D. Garp, and Stussy. 7 cost to play, 7,000 power. It's a yellow card. This is also a blocker, so we're getting 2 blockers so far. Her on play is if your leader has the Egghead type, play up to 1 character with a cost of 5 or less and a trigger from your hand. So she's obviously designed to work with Bonnie, but because she is compatible with Egghead, she is also compatible with Vegapunk. So if you were thinking of spamming the board with a ton of characters, you can Stussy into Vegapunk into whatever it is Vegapunk manages to search from his ability. It's a very strong combo. Sadly, not as strong as Eam. I hate to say it, but at least in the testing I've done before the set has come out, Eam seems to be a very hard to beat leader. Oh, sorry. The rares are If I Bow Down to Power and Lilith. Oh, and we got our other Dawn card. Nice to get those out of the way early. I do think it's kind of funny that it's almost as if Bandai knew that no one would play Celestial Dragons if they weren't super broken, because nobody in the fandom likes the Celestial Dragons, which is a sign that the Celestial Dragons were well written. Unlike our rare here, Otama, everybody loves Otama, And our other SR, Yamato. Everybody loves Yamato. I mean, I guess I could. Yamato's okay to me. If you are someone who really wanted Yamato to join the Straw Hats, my heart goes out to you because I do think that they would have made a great member of the crew. But anyways, 5 cost to play, 6,000 power, 1,000 counter. The on play is if you have 3 or less life cards, draw 2 cards. Then give up to 1 rested Dawn for your leader. This goes amazing with Ace's effect because Ace's effect requires him to have a Dawn attached. And his other effect is if a 6,000 power character or a life gets taken, Ace gets to draw a card. And finally, just being able to draw 2 automatically because Ace starts with 3 life. It's a wonderful use of all of Ace's abilities and flaws to your advantage. And our rares for this pack are Nefeltari Vivi, and the 5 Elders are at your service. Got a lot of Whitebeard Pirate support, though from the deck lists I've seen and the deck lists I've built, there's really not a lot of Whitebeard Pirate in our Ace deck, despite him being a Whitebeard Pirate himself. And our rares are Buggy, and Silver's Rayleigh. On the note of Ace, let's talk about his dad's crew for a minute. 8 cost to play, 9,000 power with Rush. His on play is if you have any Dawn cards given, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. Then, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active at the end of this turn. The reason it's worded so specifically, and the reason it's moved this way specifically, is because it works really well with Roger's ability. So Roger is our first 7,000 power leader, which is crazy when you think about it. However, he doesn't have that 7,000 power right off the gun. No, he loses 2,000 power until you have 10 Dawn on the board. So what you do is on your 9 Dawn turn, when Roger's other ability forces one of your Dawn to attach to leader, you pay 8 Dawn, play out Rayleigh, swing with leader, all that good stuff. And then that's when you really show off. Ooh, our rares here are Vista and Uta. Uta is a 4 cost to play, 5,000 power with 1,000 counter. Her on play is to set up to 2 of our Dawn cards as active. Then we cannot play characters with a base cost of 5 or more during this turn. So effectively a 2 cost character, but you do limit yourself to what you're allowed to play afterwards. Her on KO lets you play a character card with a cost of 5 or less from our hand rested. And yes, that does include herself. So if you've got another Uta in hand when this one gets taken out, you can plop another one down. Going back to what I was saying about Roger, Rayleigh's ability is very useful because at the end of your turn, the Dawn will show up, the Dawn will be active, so you can use it for counter cards, and more importantly, mathematically speaking, you should be at 10 Dawn, which will then allow your Roger to be at full strength. Now, what could also happen is your opponent is playing Magellan for some reason, and you've been losing Dawn, but, just don't attack the Magellan. Oh, speaking of which, here's Roger. And our rares are, his Cabin Boy Shanks and Gum Gum Dawn Stamp. We're more than halfway through the pack at this point, so let's start off with St. Roswald. Very nice. We got the Empty Throne and Frankie and Haruda. It's nice to have these flashcards. People can learn all the names of characters, including our upcoming rares. We got Sanji. Oh my. Oh, okay. We pulled an SP. Well, that's nice. We're going extra Sabo here. So this is not the Sabo I just gotten earlier. This is the other Secret Rare Sabo. This one's from set 7. 8 cost to play, 9,000 power. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand to KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less, and add up to one of your opponent's characters. And up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 3 or less. So, blow up a 5 cost and a 3 cost by discarding a card. Very nice combo. Very strong card, especially if you combine it with some things that reduce cost. These days, Black doesn't seem to be doing that very often. So I'm interested to see what direction that goes in. As of the recording of this video, set 14 is currently being announced, and we're getting some information about the new Crocodile. And let me tell you, Baroque Works looks confusing. I don't even want to say bad. It's not that the cards themselves are bad. It's just they're confusing, and I'm not really sure where Bandai's going with that. But I do know Bandai is going with these rares of Divine Departure and Saint Topman Warcury. Yeah, but we're not here to talk about set 14. That is way far away for us American players. Let's talk about set 13. And I don't know what else to say. The Luffy leader looks like a lot of fun, especially with all these restand green cards that are coming out for the Straw Hat crew. That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that, I guess. I'll probably build that deck for fun. Oh, there he is, speaking of which. And our rares are S. Snake and Boa Hancock. Wow, that's kind of cool. We got the Seraphim, and then we got the original right after. And our rares are Kozuki Hiyori. Oh, and Edward Newgate. 10 cost to play, 12,000 power. This big boy is also a blocker, as terrifying as that sounds. His on play lets us draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from our hand, then give our leader and one character up to 2 rested Dawn cards each. What is absolutely crazy about that is set 8, we got this 10-drop Newgate that was 12,000 power. His on play forces the entire enemy board to get debuffed by you have to discard cards in order to attack with them. And let me tell you, that Newgate was not good. Most people did not want it. Now, thanks to this ace, that Newgate is a very important card. But what's even funnier is just the duality of Newgates that you can have in this game now. Our rares are Ethan Baron V. Nusturo and Trafalgar Law. But the duality of Newgate, one that gives cards to hand, you get to draw extra cards, and you also gain Dawn attached to your stuff to make them stronger. But then there's the other Newgate that saps all the energy and the will to fight away from your enemies. Inside you, there are 2 Newgates. One wants to add cards to hand, one wants to remove them. And both are in your deck, if you're building your deck right. Like with these rares, like Monkey D. Dragon. Oh, and the 5 Elders. 10 cost to play, 12,000 power. They are both slash and a special attribute, because Ethan has a sword. Their activate main, if your leader is Emu, specifically, you may rest one of your Dawn cards and trash 1 card from your hand. Trash all of your characters and play up to 5 Elder type character cards with 5,000 power and different card names from your trash. This is one of the funniest parts about One Piece. The power of friendship is so important that even the top villains use the power of friendship. Would Saturn have truly been able to handle the Egghead situation alone? No, but in his darkest hour, his best friends came to help him. They were all ready to fight side by side. One Piece is just so heartwarming like that. But in all seriousness, thanks to the Empty Throne, 4 Dawn to fill your board is absolutely insane. I have absolutely no clue how that got okayed. I'm surprised Eam doesn't take over more than he does on the leaderboards in Japan, but hey, I'm not super great at the game, so I just collect rare cards like Saint Shepherd Jupiter and I Know You're Strong. Very nice showcase of cards, though. This has been quite the hand that I have been dealt. I'm very happy. We got an SP. That's so cool. I'm very happy about that. I usually get one per set, so even in a drought like this, I was still able to pull one. That's heartwarming. I'm kind of hoping this is a 3-hit box, though. Oh, well, not this one. It's a leader pack. But let's hope that Lilith and Monkey D. Dragon are our signs of good things to come. We are down to 3 packs left. This is our bronze medal pack. Hopefully it's hiding in alt art for me. I know, I'm so greedy with my Sabos. Ooh, what if we get a Sabo leader? An alt art Sabo leader. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see, we got Gyo-Gyo. Maybe that's a good sign. I see something sparkly for those of you with a keener eye. I saw something sparkle. But let's not hold our breath. For our rares, we've got Divine Departure. And we got Jewelry Bonnie. Okay, this is a good card. 9 cost to play, 10,000 power. She's a powerhouse with an on-play that matches. If your leader has the Egghead type, this character gains Rush during this turn. Then, your opponent adds 1 card from the top of their life to their hand. She has a trigger. If you have 1 or less life cards, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less. What's nice about this is you have a 10,000 power Rush, while still having a Dawn left over to use Vegapunk's ability in order to, put an extra life on your board to protect you. It's a strong card, and I can see why, it's probably going to go, well, it actually can't go into now. It's leader locked. That's nice. I have nothing against NL players as people, but NL is just, it's not a fun deck to play, and it's not a fun deck to play against for me, so anytime I see a yellow card, I'm like, please don't let NL use it. Anyways, our rares are St. J. Garcia Saturn and Boa Hancock. All right, we are down to our last pack, our golden pack, if you will. I don't mind this being a 2-hit box, since one of the hits was an SP. But I would really like to see a fancy alt art, especially in this last pack. We have a whole nother box to go through, so, even if we don't, we'll be fine. We'll be okay. But I would love to see it. I'm going to hype it up. I'm going to build it up. Come on, golden pack. Drum roll, please, metaphorically, because my hands are busy. Top Man Warcury is our rare, and... oh, very nice. Oh, we got the alt art of Stussy. This is from a artist, I believe, Peach Momoko, if I'm reading that correctly. This is a very nice artwork. Some of you might recognize it from the similar art style to some of the illustration boxes we got a while back. Also the Tashigi alt art from last set. This is very nice. I mean, I already went over the effect by going over the SR, but if I was going to pick an alt art to pull, this is one of the ones I'd pick. That's very, very pretty. All right, well, I'm going to take a moment, and then I will start opening the next box. Okay, we're on to the next box. I'm usually a little quieter in this half of the story because, I'm already done talking about all the cards that are coming out. So for those of you who prefer a more muted section, although you're probably just watching this muted or using this as a background noise, you'll be happy to know that I am definitely going to stop talking, except for when I pull my rares like Vista and Trafalgar Law. That's right, no more words coming out of my mouth. I will continue to talk no more. My words will be silent. Like Mojo Jojo, I will not overstate any of the things that I'm saying. The words that are coming out of my mouth, I'll stop now. Unless, of course, I come up with something I want to say. And for our rares, we get Roanoa Zoro and Gum Gum Dawn Stamp. And our rares are Lilith. Oh, and Shanks, another new one. 10 cost to play, 12,000 power, slash attribute for those of you who care. His on play is pretty crazy. Set all of your Dawn cards as active. Then, you cannot play cards from your hand during this turn. So, yeah, at first that doesn't seem that great because you can't play anything after Shanks. But then you have to remember you just paid 0 Dawn to drop a 12,000 body on board. So why are you complaining? You know, a worst case scenario, you play out that Shanks, you slap all 10 Dawn on your leader and swing 15, while again, a 10 cost character was 0 for the turn. 0 cost. Cost you nothing. So, yeah, personally, I think it's a very strong card. And our rares are going to be Divine Departure and Monkey D. Garp. Our rares are St. Marcus Mars and Nefertari Vivi. And our rares for this pack are Shanks and If I Bow Down to Power. And our rares for this pack are Vista. Oh, and we got an alt art, but not just any alt art. It's an alt art of one of our secret rares, Portuguese D Ace. 6 cost to play, 7,000 power. If you have 3 or less life cards, this character gains Rush, which means you could use it automatically with the Ace leader. His on play, give up to 1 rested Dawn card to your leader, again, good for Ace. Then, you may return up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less to the owner's hand. If you do, your opponent plays up to 1 character card with a cost of 4 or less from their hand. It's kind of a risky decision, in my opinion. The good news is, you'd be able to break their flow by putting away one of their 5 costs. However, that would allow them to maybe plop down a 4 cost they were trying to do, or a blocker to get in the way of your now attacking Ace. It's it's a risky move. If you're fighting an opponent that favors big monsters, then maybe it's a good choice because they won't be able to play something down. But for the most part, not so much. Our rares are going to be Buggy and J. Garcia Saturn. Yeah, no, the Ace card it's good, but I don't know if I would consider it great. And our rares are Otama and Ace and Sabo and Luffy. This is a 1 cost to play, 1,000 power, 2,000 counter, all strike attribute, because remember at the time none of them had a devil fruit. Well, Luffy did, but he was a strike attribute. Activate main. You may give 1 of your active Dawn cards to your leader or character cards and trash this character. Give up to 1 of your opponent's characters minus 3,000 power during this turn. If you can plop this out early and it survives long enough, it's a pretty good card, because then for 1 Dawn you can get rid of 3,000 power. But for the most part, it's just kind of a... It's a Gordon, but it has 2,000 power counter, which is nice. I don't know. I think it's a nice card, but I can't see a deck using it just yet. Although I think maybe some builds of Ace are using it. Maybe. I also haven't seen any deck lists for Luffy yet outside of the one I'm building. Our rares for this one are Scopper Gaban and Monkey D. Garp. I should always say take my advice with a grain of salt. I have only just begun to play at a level where I'm earning invites to nationals, so I'm still new to the true competitive play of this game. All right, our rares are Shanks. Oh, and Gold Roger himself. This is a 10 cost to play, 13,000 power. I accidentally put Cobra in my purple stack. There he is. Anyways, 13,000 power. King of the Pirates himself. So his main ongoing effect is your leader and all your characters that do not have a type including Roger Pirates have their effects negated. This means on plays don't work, blocker doesn't work, counter works because that's not on the board. But yeah, he negates everything. He also negates your leader regardless of type, which means even if you're not at 10 Dawn, your leader Roger is still a 7,000 power leader, which is good because his on play will make you Dawn minus. If Dawn minus 3, your leader gains 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Then give all your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's next end phase, effectively giving Roger 4,000 more power against something he plans on swinging into. And defensively, he is a 9,000 power leader. For those of you like me who remember the horror of Black Yellow Luffy and being just an infinitely 9,000 power leader, that is a little bit of PTSD. I'm not going to be playing Roger, and I don't know how many of those you would want to run in your deck, but I would definitely recommend getting at least a 2 if you're going to plan on going the more defensive Roger route instead of going aggro. And our rares are St. Garcia Saturn, and Ace here said you deserve it. Oh, as well as the Dawn card. We're over halfway through our box, so we have only seen one of our hits. Again, as always, you hope it's not a 2-hit box, but even if it is, we've only seen one so far, so we still are in the running for crazy good things on the horizon. Looks like we got something coming. We got our rares, Ethan Barron, and another Jewelry Bonnie SR. Very nice. I'll spare you the details on what she does, because we talked about it earlier in the video. This Empty Throne is a crazy card, but here's a fun fact. You have, if its requirement is if you have 19 or more cards in your trash. This seems like an arbitrary number for those of you who are just here for the card game. Our rares are Boa Hancock and Lilith. But for those of you who don't know the lore and are curious, the world government was founded by 20 kings. However, one of those 20 kings decided to return to their homeland. I'll say one of those 20 monarchs, because we don't know how many of them were kings and how many of them were queens, but rulers of their respective countries. One of them decided to go home, thus leaving only 19 left to rule the overall world, hence the world government. But Eam is the ruler above rulers, and therefore the other 19 would be cast aside as Eam is the true power behind the world. Our rares for this hand are Nefeltari Vivi and Gum Gum Dawnstamp. So yeah, while Eam rules the world, the 19 cards required to raise his power during your turn is very symbolic of the founding of the world government. This pack does not want to be opened. Why were you fighting so hard to be opened, little pack? Could you be hiding a good card? And our rares are Monkey D. Dragon. Oh, and Edward Newgate. You were hiding a good card. That's why. Like the pack slipped out of my hands because such a powerful individual like Newgate cannot just be contained by mere mortal paws like my own. And our rares are War Curie, and Ace Said You Deserved It. And our rares are Sanji and the Five Elders. That's good, because I only need 2 more of the 5 Elders to get my full play set. So, sadly, I didn't pull any of them during my... I didn't pull any really good cards during my pre-releases, sad to say. Usually I might get away with, like, an alt art and, like, ooh, this is very cool. But, sadly, this time I did pull a secret rare ace, so I guess I shouldn't be too upset. But, you know, you kind of hope you can get some of your bigger hits out of the way. But... yeah, this was definitely a tougher one to get my hands on. Our rares for this pack are Little Otama and I Know You're Strong. And our rares for this pack are Scopper Gaban, the 5 Elders at Your Service, and oh my goodness, I forgot this was even a possibility. So, this is the Dawn card, same alt art as usual, but this time we can get a golden variant of them. And in this case, it is a golden Gold Roger Dawn. This is the Gold Roger. Very cool. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that sheen. Look at that shine. My light hits it a bit well, but look at that. That's really nice. Cool. Well, that's a nice little bonus. Okay, so what? We got the Ace alt art and we got the super special Dawn. I wonder if that takes up one of my slots. Well, I guess we'll find out by the end of this box. I don't know if that counts as one of my hits, but regardless, that would still be something I would like to get a hit of. That's very cool. Oh, it kind of reinvigorated me, got my posture up as we're getting our next rares of Hiyori and Trafalgar Law. We're down to our last 3 packs. We're going to see what these packs have in store for us. Okay, let's see. For our bronze medal, we're going to pull out a Gordon. We're off to a good start. He's pleading for Uta to come to her senses. We got the Empty Throne in here, so if nothing else, we know there's a vacancy in this pack. Get it? Because the throne is... it's a leader pack. And our rares are Boa Hancock and Roanoa Zoro. I apologize. That was a lame joke. All right, our silver pack also starts with Gordon and has some film cards in it. Will there be another Empty Throne, perhaps? That would be interesting. Well, anyways, our rares are Saint Shepherd Jupiter. Oh, and we got an alt art of the Boa Hancock rare we've been seeing floating around. Okay. All right, so 3 costs to play, 5,000 power. Her on KO, if your leader is Boa Hancock or multicolored, draw 2 cards. Nice. This actually pairs well with a Sandersonia card that we got in this set, who her on play lets you play out a 3-cost Boa Hancock. So you play out the 2 cost on your 2-Dawn turn, and then you play out the 3-cost Boa Hancock. Very nice. Well, it's going to be hard to beat that. I doubt this gold pack is going to be our gold pack, but we'll still power through it. Oh, there's the Sandersonia I was just talking about. But we'll power through. We'll get to the end. And with that, our last rares are S-Snake. That's funny because we just pulled Hancock. And Uta. All right, give me one moment and I will reorganize everything I just pulled. Right, so across 2 boxes we pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 SRs, 1 secret rare Sabo. We got the Stussy alt art, the secret rare Ace alt art, the Boa Hancock alt art. We got this golden Gold Roger Dawn card. And finally, we pulled the SP Sabo. I'm just going to put that in the middle. Sorry, Ace. So, not a bad pair of boxes. I'm not exactly sure how rare the Gold Dawn is, but it's still a nice thing to have in the collection. So, let me know in the comments below if I pulled a card you were hoping to see, if you're upset that I blocked that Ace card with another Sabo card, even though I have a Sabo right over there. Regardless, though, this is going to be an interesting meta, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing Ace and giving the Luffy deck a try. I'll probably build Emu just to give myself something to practice against, but as always, thank you for watching, as always, and I will say, as always, this is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.